What's up guys, Quesii back with another video, and today we're back on Fortnite. So in this video I wanted to go over some of the best loot spots that I've found inside this game, and spots that are really underrated. Not a lot of people go to them, but they hold really good loot, and you really don't have to get in many early gunfights to be able to get this loot. So I'm going to show you the first spot here. It's right over here by Wailing Woods, just outside of it. There's a tree there that can spawn, I think, 2 chests. I've gotten 2 chests from it before, but no one knows about this and barely anyone ever goes there. So I think it's a great spot. So you want to fly in just about over here, and you'll be able to see it's a really easy tree to point out because it's got a lighter leaf pattern than any of the other trees in the woods. Plus, it's just right outside of it on the top of this hill is a van, and it can really spawn some really good loot. Like, I've gotten a sniper, it spawns shotguns, ammo. So I suggest grabbing whatever you find up here on the caravan and then making your way down the hill. And I only got 1 chest on this tree. I'm not sure if they fixed this or not, but I think I've gotten 2 chests from this tree before, so it's a really good spot to go and try and grab some loot. So as you can see, I grabbed the ammo box right beside it, and I think the chest just spawns right there. If there is a second, I'm not sure. I think there used to be. After you're done there, you want to make your way over towards this little shed here and these 2 houses. So I checked the shed here, and I end up finding a tactical shotgun, which I find is a lot better than the pump shotgun. And then I see someone is breaking through the house over here, so I'm gonna go kill him and be able to pretty much loot these next 2 houses for the chests and all the loot that is in them for pretty much free. So I kill this guy, take his loot. He ends up having a legendary scoped AR, and I can grab that and I can loot the rest of the house with pretty much no one else there. So there's a chest that spawns up in that attic. That's a good one to grab, but he already grabbed it, and so I just took his loot. I'm pretty sure that's where the scoped AR spawned. You can go down here into this basement area here, and there's another chest spawn right there. I ended up finding a shield potion in this one, and I drank that. After this, there's still the other house, and I believe that house has 2 chest spawns, 1 or 2. I'm entirely sure, but I know you can get a maximum of like 6 chests in total from doing this quick loot run at the beginning of the game, and I only had to run into 1 person. So I think it's a great spot to go, especially if you aren't too confident in getting in early gunfights and stuff. So I walk into this house, and obviously it hasn't been looted because no one's here yet. I can hear the chest up in the attic, so I build up and break through the ceiling, and the chest is just over here in the corner. And so I get some pretty good loot. I get a green AR, pretty good. So overall, ending up with 2 ARs, a shotgun, actually 3 ARs, a shotgun, and some grenades. A great spot to go for loot. The second spot is over here at Lonely Lodge. There's a tower, and this is such an underrated loot spot. I cannot believe how little people go here, and it's just so good for loot. Now, the bus came in a little bit far away from the actual spot I wanted to go to, but I still ended up making the jump, and I still landed pretty much right where I wanted to on this tower. Now, this tower has a maximum of 3 chest spawn points, and actually in this clip I ended up getting all 3 at one time. So it's an absolutely awesome spot to land, especially if you don't want to get in some early gunfights. Usually there's only like 1 guy that goes there, and if you can kill him, get one of the chests first, kill him, you're set. Like, you have 3 chests just in a matter of 1 minute. You're already pretty much set for the rest of the game. So this is a super underrated spot. I'll show you the clip here. I come in and I notice that 1 guy is coming in with me. I see the chest there on the outside. That's the first chest spot. This guy lands on the roof and decides to break in from the bottom. So I grabbed this chest and ended up getting an AR. So I run in as fast as possible and end up killing him. And he ended up having a med kit and a submachine gun. So then that's the second chest spawn inside that room, and then the third one is inside the actual tower itself. Now this chest, be careful you don't break the floor in here because you'll fall straight to the ground and die from fall damage. So just be careful with that. Make sure that you're not flying all over the place with your pickaxe, because it will break the floor and you'll fall to your death. So you walk down these stairs, and on one of these little platforms here can spawn, I believe, spawn some ammo. Yeah, it spawns some shotgun and medium bullets. I think it spawned a gun for me before. So all in all, that's a really great tower to go to. And if you want, you can head over to the actual lodge part of this, which is just over here across this creek. And I believe it has 1 or 2 chests as well, so you can get a maximum of like 4 or 5 chests just from 2 little buildings that like 1 or 2 players go to every game. So I go in here and I make my way up the stairs, and I actually hear someone in here, and I have no idea where he is. So I'm kind of just looking for this chest, while kind of keeping an eye out for this guy. Then I kind of come to the assumption that he's on the roof, and sure enough, I look up and there he is. I end up killing him, probably a pretty lucky kill. But now I have this whole lodge to myself, and I have 2 kills already on the board, and I'm pretty set on guns and stuff that I'm gonna need for the rest of the game. So I break through here, and the second chest is just up there on that little platform. I end up going through that chest and getting a sniper. So all in all, a really good spot to get some loot from. And we're gonna move on here to the third location. This is also a really good chest spawn and loot spawn place. It's here in Moisty Mire. You can see it, I marked it on the map, and I dropped right away. The bus went right over top of it. So a lot of people, more than usual, people jumped for Moisty Mire because the bus went right over top of it, so people jumped right away. So what you want to do is you want to come in here and land for this big tree right in the center here. You can tell which one it is. I'm just looking out for anyone else landing here. I see one guy, but he ends up kind of veering off to the other side, and I think he was going for that little hut over there. I'm not entirely sure, but this tree right here can spawn up to 3 chests at once, and I ended up getting 2 here in this clip and got a gun instantaneously, got a shield potion, and I looted this other chest. It's a really good spot, super underrated for loot. You're already set within seconds of the game. No need to break anything. You can just land there, hopefully grab a chest. Sometimes you'll have another guy landing with you, so if you grab that chest first, you pretty much get the 2 chests for free and a kill. So great spot to land. I'm here, just you can search the rest of the mire if you want. There's actually a little treehouse thing. I see a guy on top of the hill there, but I choose not to shoot at him. You can actually head over to this treehouse area over here, and I think this has another 2 chest spawns. I believe it only spawned 1 for me in this gameplay, but overall it's a really good spot to go get a couple chests, some loot. If you don't want to land over that tree, if you see someone's landing over there, you could head over here, grab a chest, and then try and get in a gunfight with that guy, hopefully get a kill. But I was lucky enough that no one really landed here, and I could kind of walk in without anyone seeing me and grab the chest. So there's 1 chest here in this corner, and I believe that after you grab this chest, sometimes this place can spawn another chest up top in this little treehouse. There's I'll show you in the gameplay, there's like a wooden floor area, and I believe the chest spawns just on top of it over here. Right there, I think the chest can spawn. So 2 chest spawns, I believe, in this little treehouse area, and overall Moisty Mire, super underrated, and not a lot of people go there, so great chest spawns. The 4th location is right behind this mountain near Greasy Grove. It's 2 houses, and one of them has a basement, so you're guaranteed at least 1 chest or so. But usually you'll get like up to 3 chests, almost 4 sometimes. So this bus spawn was decent for it. It was a late drop, but that's pretty good because people drop right away and you'll get this houses all to yourself. If you want, after you're done looting here, you can head over to Greasy Grove, or on top of that mountain there's another house, and grab the chest there. I think there's 2 in the house on top of the mountain, and a ton of them in Greasy Grove if there's some houses not looted already by other people who were landing there earlier in the game. So it's these two houses right in front of me here in the gameplay. The one to the left has a basement, and the one to the right I think can spawn 2 chests in the roof, I believe. So this is a great spot to land. I'm just here checking, see if anyone's coming with me to these houses. And actually I do see one guy down there coming towards the houses. He's flying really low, so I believe he's gonna land before me. And I think he goes into the other house, the one I didn't land on. And we'll meet up later in this gameplay, but there's sometimes a chest in that area there in this house. One can spawn there. And one also spawns in the basement of this house. This is the house with the underground area. I was just checking to make sure this guy wasn't landing at this house, so he lands there and decides to go for the basement, but I already had a gun, so I end up killing him, and he just had some resources, and I get this whole basement to myself, which has a chest in it, and I get an AR from that, which is really, really good. That's something you really want to get fast in the beginning of a game. I decided to go back in, make sure I got everything out of this house. I missed some small bullets in there, not a big deal. I just make sure I got everything. I find some medium ammo under the stairs. You never can have too much medium ammo. It's like the best ammo in the game, especially because ARs are so important. So I'm done in this house, and I'll head over to the second house now. And I believe this house can spawn 2 chests, if I'm not mistaken. So you can have a maximum of 4 chests altogether landing here, which is really, really good because it doesn't take very long to loot these houses. So if you can get 4 chests within a matter of 2 minutes or so, and then get on your way towards the safe zone, it's super, super important. So there's 1 chest here in the attic, and I believe there's a second chest somewhere else in the house. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I believe there's 3 or 4 chest spawns within this little 2-house farm area type deal. So I end up getting pretty looted for the start of this game. You can also head up on top of the mountain to the 3rd house if you want. You can head over to that little shack over there, and there's a water tower looking building just over this hilltop here. You saw it when I was parachuting in. It usually spawns some ammo or stuff, so great spot to land. You can get some loot really fast, so I completely recommend that spot. And the last spot that I recommend to go to for some really good fast loot is just outside here. Marked it on the map. It's kind of a it's more popular of an area than some of the other spots, but it's still really good for loot. It's kind of like a barn trailer area. I found some pretty good loot, and a couple guys landed there as well, so it was pretty much a couple good kills as well. It's a good spot to go if you want some quick loot, a quick chest, and some kills right away. This is probably more of a spot for like starting a game. If you're going for a high kill win or something, you prefer landing here than landing somewhere where no one else lands, but you get like 4 or 5 chests. So I'm landing in here. I'm checking to see if anyone else, I always do this when I'm landing, I always check to see if I see anyone else landing in the same spot as me. But the best spot to land when you're coming in on this area is on top of this roof. There can be a chest spawn below this roof here, and I break down and I see the chest through it, and it's right here. This place can spawn, I believe, 3 or 4 chests every time, or not every time, but has like 3 or 4 chest spawns. And I hear this guy running around. I hear one guy running around, and I'm not too sure where he is. I thought he was on the bridge, but he's actually right over here, and I end up killing him, and he has some ammo and stuff. There was an ammo crate right there. Always grab the ammo crates. That's a tip. If you guys are kind of getting used to the game new, it's ammo crates are super important to grab. So there's another guy in front of me here, and I end up finding a green shotgun, but I didn't pull it out by accident and end up killing this guy luckily with my submachine gun. I meant to pull out my shotgun, but didn't pull it out, but I ended up getting the kill, so that's good. There's another ammo crate on this picnic table there, and if you go back here, can spawn some ammo, sometimes a gun. So it spawned a revolver pistol, and back in this little barn area here you can find a chest spawn. and I believe there's one more chest spawn in this area. I'm not entirely sure where it is, but I believe I've found another chest either on that table or something. I'm not too sure, but in this little trailer park area, I believe there's one more chest spawn somewhere. So keep an eye out for it. Keep your ears listening for it, and you can end up with some pretty good loot pretty fast by spawning in this area and coming out with 2 kills. Usually you can find 1 or 2 kills here and a few more. So that's been the top 5 best loot spawns and underrated loot spots in Fortnite Battle Royale. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and this has been Quesii, guys. Later.